Hey guys, welcome back to my channel today. Well, as you can see, I have a very special guest on my channel and she's no stranger to this channel. If you're an OG, you remember this beautiful face. Anyways guys, today I have Osariemen here on my channel. It's been a while, it's been a very long time since we cooked up something together.
Yeah.
And today she's here, she's at my house, and we decided to just put out something spontaneously. So anyways, if this is your first time here, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Onyeka and I'm a Nigerian YouTuber based in London, Ontario, Canada. And you are?
Hey guys, my name is Osariemen. I am a YouTuber based in Mississauga, Ontario. I'm so glad to be here finally again after a very long time. Hey guys, I film about my life here in Canada and I'm happy to be here.
And she's a mom, guys. She has a beautiful daughter. And by the way, if you're hearing like some noise behind the scene, there's a beautiful child here with us. Now she might make a cameo appearance at some point, I'm sure. But anyways, yeah, so I will leave a link to Osariemen's channel for you guys to check out. She took a long hiatus, but she's back now.
Yes, I'm back now.
Don't forget to subscribe, and when you do subscribe, leave a comment on her channel and just letting her know that you're from my channel, okay? When we got together, we just started like talking about...
Oh no.
While we're here, we're just talking about some issues that we've noticed or some things that have just been happening. Like we're like, let's save all of this gist for a video. So basically, in as much as people are coming to Canada, there's still a number of people who are leaving Canada. And we're like, okay, let's cook something up with this. Anyway, so that's what today's video is going to be about. Just going to be talking about some of the reasons why people are leaving Canada.
Yeah.
If you're interested in knowing more about this topic, or if you're interested in hearing about what we have to say, then keep watching and don't go anywhere. So disclaimer guys, don't take this video very personally. We're just sharing our thoughts. Okay, we're thinking out loud. Okay, no negativity is going to be encouraged in the comment section. Okay, so just watch this video and enjoy. So one of the reasons that we talked about was not finding the desired job. And honestly guys, I feel like this doesn't just relate to Canada. It's
everywhere.
Exactly, right?
Yeah, because when people come to Canada, they come, especially people who have been doing what they've been doing in their home country. So especially people who have been trained or have been in a particular career path,
like licensed professionals.
Exactly, yes. So when they come to Canada expecting to find or continue on that path,
I feel like I'm a living testimony of that of that point. Yeah, let me just talk. I'll expatiate more on how it affected me.
Yes, so when they come to Canada, they start looking for jobs in that area, and depending on the demand, right? If the job is not in demand at that time, they may not find it, and it becomes very frustrating for them. So they feel like the reason why they made the wrong choice. The reason why you would want to come to Canada is to be sure that you're getting a job, and then except for people who, because there are some people who get jobs even before coming to Canada,
right? I feel like those people are so lucky.
Yeah, just I think it's a one-off thing. Yeah.
So regards to what I was saying about licensed professionals, for example, let's say you belong to like the law profession, engineering, pharmacy, medicine, all of that. You can't just come to a different country and expect to practice in these professions. You need to like take their licensing exams, do the whole conversion process, and trust me, it is not easy. If you're a licensed professional and you're watching this video, I'm sure you can understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, it takes time too.
Yeah. Were you licensed for Nigeria?
No, my job doesn't require any form of license.
Okay,
so I can practice anywhere.
For me, I'm a Nigerian trained pharmacist. When I saw the process of trying to become a Canadian pharmacist, I was like, it was very hard. I feel like I don't even know when I'm going to go through that process, or if I'm even going to go through.
But what you're practicing now, you still have to get the license for
I was getting there.
Okay.
So because of that frustration and seeing the timeline that it would take for me to become a Canadian trained pharmacist, it was about the same time for me to become a Canadian trained nurse. And I was like, let me just do this because it's still easier somehow. And then, for example, in Ontario, if you take like the pharmacy licensing exam and you fail it like twice, you can never practice in Ontario anymore. So
really?
yeah,
I didn't even know that.
In situations like this, people always end up getting like a subpar job to something lower than what they were doing in Nigeria. Like I know a lot of people in the UK, in Canada, they do like care jobs, which they're not exactly proud of. But I mean, people do it to survive. Like I feel like if you need it to survive, you need to pay that bill. Do whatever you need to do, so long as it's legitimate, right?
At the same time, when you think about the circumstances surrounding people's lives, so for example, a family man or someone, the breadwinner, man or woman, and you may not be in the right frame of mind to settle down and do all of those things, even though people still do it. But these are the reasons why some people actually just, you know what, I'm packing. I lived a better life, or I had a better job back home in Nigeria or my home country. So I rather just
go back. And even if they don't end up leaving, there's a lot of regret, and that regret brings frustration, anger. It brings up different things. So honestly, you guys, there's just so much to unpack with this topic. So I'm sure you guys already understand it, but we don't make this video too long, so we're going to move on to the next point. So like we said, having difficulty finding the right job sort of like segues into our second point, which is like having financial difficulties.
Canada, a first world country, the whole credit is credit driven, right? And
honestly, it was very surprising to me.
Me too. Within the first year of my stay in Canada, I did not get a credit card because I was still one of those people who was like, I can do without it.
Like I don't want to owe money. I don't want to owe money.
Exactly.
But this system thrives on credit.
It does.
Like everything is credit based. Like we said, not being able to get the right job or having difficulty getting the right job sort of puts you in a difficult financial situation. So that puts you sort of like in a difficult financial situation, and if you're not careful, you kind of like start to spiral down. Like with the whole anger and frustration, you start making bad financial decisions. You start taking a lot of credit, like you're biting off more than you can chew. You have like a very bad credit score. You're not be able to get financed for like housing, cars, and all of that.
And even if you're doing a survival job, you start to live from paycheck to paycheck.
Oh my God.
And if you eventually have a credit card, you might be tempted to put all your expenses on the credit card, not knowing where the payment is going, when you're going to pay. And this will cause your credit score, it will damage your credit score, and it just spirals down and keeps going down. And
it's like a wicked problem. Since we're on the topic of finances, taxation, like the taxing system, oh my goodness. Especially like we come from a country that taxing is not that, you know. It's not.
They don't rub it in your face. Definitely, it's there, but it's not all over the place like it is here in Canada.
You want to paint?
No, Zoria, you can't paint now. You didn't come with your paint.
The way they tax people in this country, it's sort of like it discourages you from wanting to earn so much money. Like I feel like even earning 6 figures is just for the name. Because the take home,
they'll still find a way to bring you back down.
Like someone earning $150,000 versus someone earning $70,000 or $80,000. The take home salary is not very much.
It's too dark.
Turn on the lights. I mean, I understand why. I think it's this whole approach of equality or equity.
Equity.
It's equity.
Yes.
I think it's equity. I will try and insert that image of people trying to watch a game. I'm sure you've seen that image 1,000 times. Do you know the image?
No. Oh
my God, I learned it so much in public health.
I don't know.
So like there's this scenario of like 3 people trying to watch a game, a very tall person, and there's a fence in front of them.
Yes, I learned it in UIUX.
So I'll put that image to you guys. I think that's what they're trying to do, is the whole concept of like equity. So I feel like the whole 6-figure thingy sometimes it's a scam, I beg. Because you earning your 6-figure, you're kind of like paying the taxes for those earning and for those low income earners. And I mean, they're trying to balance the system, I get it, but when you're the one earning the 6-figure, it hurts when you see how much taxes you're paying. So because of the high taxation, so people that come from countries that taxing is not that high, sort of like scares them away.
It does.
Making them want to leave.
And then coupled with COVID and everything that's happened in the past 2 to 3 years now, of course, inflation has gone up, and there's been hikes in prices, groceries, gas, everything.
I'm sure you're experiencing it wherever you're watching this. Yeah.
Yes, it's everybody's feeling that pinch, to be honest, and these are things that can also impact the financial situation of someone living, the economy, and it just ripples down to people, especially low income earners. And these are the you just ask yourself, what is the essence of being here?
Why don't I just go back to my home country?
Yeah, to your home country,
where it was comfortable.
At least, even if you don't struggle as much, even if you don't have, like, you're not earning anything coming, one way or the other, you still find ways to survive. You're not paying. You're either not paying rent back home, or you're either not paying rent. But in Canada, there's no way you can do that, right? So you have to just keep paying, and you need money to survive in Canada.
And then with this inflation, there's been a lot of layoffs as well.
Exactly.
In some industries, like for example the tech industries. Yeah. So people are even getting jobless. And how do you expect them to survive when there's no money? Yeah. So these are some of the difficult decisions people have to make.
Yeah.
And then even with the inflation, it's also affecting interest rates. Interest rates right now are off the roof. Like, it's crazy, it's very high. And that, even if you think housing prices have dropped, it's just balancing out with the interest rates.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to even buy a house at this point.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it is. And you can imagine someone who has eventually even bought a house, and with the interest rates going up,
and they get laid off.
Yeah, they get laid off. They're struggling to pay their mortgage. It's not a good situation. It's not a beautiful situation.
Needless to say more.
Yeah.
Next, we're going to be talking about, I feel like this will have even been the first point, but we just forgot. But regardless, we're going to talk about it, like the difficulty in starting over. For example, like people that are doing very well. I think we kind of touched on this earlier.
Yeah.
People that are doing very well in their home country, wherever they came from, coming here for whatever reason, and then having to start from scratch, even if they get a job, starting from entry-level positions, because sometimes they don't, some of these companies don't regard, if you're a senior manager or wherever you came from, you have to start all over again.
I mean, some people, even, you may ask why people actually even leave their home country. Some people doing well, but I think it's more of the future. Like, they're thinking about their children.
Maybe for various reasons.
For various reasons,
Everyone's
right?
reason is different.
Everyone's reason is different. That's correct. And they have to put themselves in that position where they have to. Some of them struggle. Yeah, that's sacrifice. Some of them struggle to just start all over again. Yeah. It takes a lot of mental effort to leave your comfort zone and go to an entirely different place. And if you think about it, North America is quite far from most places. Most places, it's
minimum 8 hours.
Exactly. So
the time zone, everything.
Yeah, that's a lot of. It takes a lot of mental strength to get up with your family and live. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of first generation immigrants like us, or some of you may have like some of you may be second generation immigrants, like your parents experienced this, so we are the first generation, so we're the ones experiencing it, so we can tell you firsthand how it is. I mean, some people have it worse, but we thank God that
our case is different.
We don't look like what we've been through. I'm sure by now the real estate is not your mate. It is so expensive. Honestly, it's really expensive. I don't think it compares to that of like the United States.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't, because when you see a house, sometimes when I look at the houses in the US, I'm
Atlanta,
like,
Texas.
Exactly. What am I doing in Canada? Just that house, mansion.
Like, what's a $300,000 house can buy you in Canada versus the USC? Canada will look like one Harry Potter, one old rickety house.
I'm telling you.
But in the US, it's like a mansion. So I wonder why it's that way. If you have any idea why it's that way, please feel free. Let's have this open discussion in the comment section, okay?
Yeah. And the thing is, most people want to be in the cosmopolitan areas. So, and those places are expensive. At least when you go to the suburbs, you can find good houses.
No, the suburbs are expensive.
Are even expensive. Except you have a remote job. But of course, we're talking about...
I think COVID made
it was COVID that even brought,
Yes.
it was
So
COVID
people
that made it that way.
left those cosmopolitan areas to smaller cities and made things expensive. Like even where I live now, London, some houses in London are even as expensive as those in Toronto. So you'll be asking yourself, like, why am I even bothering living here? And why not just live closer to the big city?
Yeah. And then you may have to start from maybe a shared apartment or start from a basement.
Exactly.
Those things are because of how expensive it is to
even
rent.
Getting approved, like even getting a rental, it's not even as easy as it is. For example, in Toronto, I didn't know that you had to bid, like to get, for example, those apartments or condos. I did not know that you had to bid for approval or whatever. Till I remember my sister moved and we had to look for a place for her. That was when I was like, whoa. But I know in London you just apply to the condo corp.
It's quite easy. It's easier here in London, and that in smaller cities. That was our experience as well. But that's the thing, right? What are the chances? But that's the thing, right? What are the chances that if you move to, say, London now, you find a job? So
yeah, exactly. Like I feel like everything is interconnected.
It is,
because there are more job opportunities in the Greater Toronto area versus smaller cities like London. I feel like you already understand what I'm about to say. For example, before you can even get even a small rental, you need to have a good credit score. You need to have all this. How do you do this as a newcomer? And or maybe not just a newcomer, someone who has made bad financial decisions because you did not understand how the financial system worked. So I feel like all of these points are sort of like interconnected.
The reason why it's even interconnected is because finance, it's the main, it's like a pillar. It's the main reason why someone will probably enjoy a place, and then the other things can come in place. So that's why the money is always very critical.
Must be coddled. Sorry guys, this cute face is making an appearance. It's way past your bedtime. So like we said, all of this is interconnected, and finance is like a major social determinant because your money determines your housing, security, your everything.
So another reason why people would leave Canada is because of the healthcare. So I know of someone who was telling me that she developed like an allergy or she had some health issues, and when she went to the hospital they couldn't diagnose it. And I was actually thinking that Canada still has one of the best healthcare systems in the world, but maybe compared to where she's coming from, she said if she was in her home country, something would have come up. They would have figured it out. They would have been able to give some form of treatment and all of that. But so that's the reason why some people would want to leave Canada.
Just to chip into that, I think one of the reasons why that is happening, like why there's this huge burden on the healthcare system here. It's free quote and unquote. So there's a lot of people. There's a lot of burden on these healthcare practitioners. So they don't really have the time for trying to figure out everything. It's not like they won't do their job. They'll do their job obviously, but some people might not be impressed with the attention they are getting from these healthcare practitioners.
And the wait times as well. So people who have been lined up for surgeries, some people have to wait very long.
I might even pass away for just waiting. Like people that have to do like heart transplant, heart surgeries, knee replacements and so on. They take a long time to wait. And even getting family doctors. I've been on the wait list for.
Are you serious? In London too?
Yes.
Wow.
I've been for like a year plus now.
Oh my goodness.
But again, that would be a reason for me to leave. But I feel like something as serious as getting surgery in countries with healthcare that's equally as good. People may leave for that. I think I know some people like from India, to be specific, because India is known for like amazing healthcare system. They usually go back home when they have to do some sort of surgery.
And people who are leaving may not necessarily be just permanent residents. Even some people just say, you know what, I want.
Take you.
And these people that are leaving may not necessarily just be new immigrants. People who probably have said, I'll just wait to get my citizenship, and after my citizenship, that's it.
Yeah,
I'm going.
Like,
so it's not just for new immigrants alone.
It's even more like some people come here for like a plan B, and then go back to their country to continue enjoying it. If something goes wrong in their country, they know they always have a safe haven to come back to.
Yeah. So they probably just come for that document, the citizenship, and then
they Japan.
Yeah, they Japan. And another reason why people leave Canada is because of the mental health. Let me just put it that way. Their mental health. Like I said, it takes a lot of courage to be able to leave your home country, your comfort zone, and restart again. And some people are not just able to cope with the whole, you leave your family, you leave everything that you've ever known, your support system. You come here, struggle to find a community.
Coupled with the cold, the loneliness, the winter depression.
That winter alone, it takes a lot of mental strength to be able to go through winter year over year.
And it's cold like half of the year, so.
So the only space you have or time frame you have is
in the
summertime.
And a lot of people want to travel then, It's crazy, guys. I feel like if you're an immigrant, you probably understand what we're saying. Like, honestly, you need to give yourself a pat on the back if you've gone through that initial depressive phase of coming, and you came out strong, you came out of it. And honestly, it's not easy. So the loneliness and the harsh weather, like, it's a thing. Like, I'm sure you've heard it all before. Trust me, it cannot be overemphasized.
It cannot.
Because starting all over, you don't even need to leave your country, even leaving your city and going to a different city, it takes a toll on you.
It does.
Not to talk of coming to a new place, you've been thrown into a new system, trying to get a job, trying to settle down, trying to survive. It's hard. And so people, not everyone is strong enough to take that pressure.
Yeah. Especially people who arrive Canada in the winter.
And I feel like people of the older population, they won't even deal with this thing for long. Some of them, not everyone. Like, they'll be like, I have my house in my home country.
Yes.
Like, I will go back. I only come here when it's nice and warm.
Yeah.
Because we're coming.
Because that's why they have snowbirds, right? Even the Canadians,
they leave.
The older population.
They go to warmer places like Florida. Yeah, I know of a couple I used to stay with. When it's cold, like when it's winter season, they go to Florida and they stay there. So yeah, guys, these are some of the reasons why people leave Canada. Like, believe it or not, people actually do leave. And not just Canada, like other countries they immigrate to. Anyways, if you have other like ideas as to why people are living wherever they immigrated to aside Canada, just leave it in the comment section and we can have an open conversation about it.
So if you're not yet in Canada, you're planning to come to Canada, it's very important for you to know these things so that they don't take you by surprise when you come.
And keep an open mind.
And keep an open mind. Yeah.
Anyways, guys, without taking much of your time, I hope you did enjoy this video. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channels. I'll leave a link to her channel in the description box. Please head over to her channel and do the same. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and bye.